Good afternoon, sir. So today we have Dheeraj Sharma, sir, from IIM-A. Sir, I would like you to introduce yourself to the students of Thapar.
I am faculty in IIM-A and I'm chairperson in the marketing area. I research primarily in the domain of marketing and some organizational behavior issues. I teach students marketing, business-to-business marketing management, international business, and I do some talent management strategies. And to the doctoral students, I teach philosophy of science, marketing theory.
Directly coming to the questions, there is one misconception that students of engineering colleges have, that if they pursue their MBA dream, they would probably go offline from their technical part. So if you could enlighten us with something on that topic.
Well, I think the answer is yes and no both. If the agenda is towards application of technology, then of course the principles and concepts of management come in very handy, which means you're able to learn management practices, and your technology background allows you to be very proficient in selling or marketing or managing products and services which are in the domain of engineering and technology. However, if your agenda is to further your career in the domain of creation of products, creation of new services, creating engineering solutions, and also furthering research and new product development and new service development, I believe that you'd probably be better off getting a master's in technology or getting a PhD. It's not an easy answer. Most students who have engineering degrees, usually in Indian educational system particularly, are bright students because they have strong analytical training, which means they are very comfortable with data, they are very comfortable with numbers, they can analyze things in a reasonably well manner. And also vis-a-vis art students, they may be better off in terms of handling the analysis part. The analytical skills come in very, very handy in management field. However, when it comes to creativity, based on my limited experience, I can say, when it comes to thinking out of the box, creative ideas, usually art students and commerce students are much more out of the box thinkers.
So now, if you would like to suggest one common practice that an engineering student can pursue, so that he is able to come in and join a business school, probably like IIM-A, and can also side by side pursue his dream of being an entrepreneur.
I think entrepreneurship is the hallmark of a successful nation. I think entrepreneurship is very much required. I believe that I have not seen really very many successful models in Indian context where there are good engineering schools and also good business schools. They're either good business schools or good engineering schools. It's a combination. I think in last maybe 10-15 years we have witnessed that large number of good engineering schools have also delved into the domain of management, where they have started to have management schools. So what I believe the students have not done is that leverage that to their potential, which means engineering graduates would really benefit a lot if they were to take some courses in behavioral science as well, just to get a different perspective. After all, why there are some products which are technological marvel, yet they do not find acceptance in or are not commercially successful and also don't find acceptance in people. There must be a reason. So consequently, I believe understanding social sciences plays an important part. So therefore, maybe some courses, could always be taken as optionals. I don't know if the college curriculums permit that, but if they do permit, then I encourage. I think that's one thing that students can do.
I am undergoing an organizational behavior subject baptism. It's a subject of mine. There are students, there are a lot of alumni that we have who after their graduation, they work for 2-3 years, 4 years, and then they shift to entrepreneurship. They start their own business, they have their own startups. So what would you suggest for these kind of students?
Well, starting entrepreneurship, starting an entrepreneurial venture nowadays is an expensive proposition, because students most often come with student loans, and it creates a big barrier. I think we have put ourselves in a very difficult spot by increasing tuitions where at least the entrepreneurial proclivity of the students is inhibited. I think what students can do possibly is to reach out to the institutions themselves for support. For instance, at IIM-A, we do support students who don't want to go into placement and want to start their own venture. We have a center for entrepreneurship and incubation. We also support them partially in terms of the fees that they pay and so forth. So I believe they can first reach out to the institution for support. Second, I think they can reach out to their faculty who might be individually interested and will be able to support. And finally, I think the corporate world today is fairly open to genuine good ideas and is willing to support. So my submission would be, why wait? When you're in the 4th year, I think you should take advantage of the 4th year and reach out to your internal stakeholders and then external stakeholders and get it going. Why, if you're truly convinced with the idea that you have, then you should go for it. I know it's easier said than done, but I believe you should go for it, because 2 years later, when you're comfortable financially, because you probably picked up a job, that idea might be stale. Ideas change very quickly.
Ideas change quickly. Okay, last question. There's a very big problem that people face, whether to go in for colleges that are abroad or go in for colleges that are placed in India. There are few colleges like IIM-A, ISB, Bangalore, all these colleges which are renowned all over the world, but there are other colleges which are not that renowned and people have an option of going out. So how do we decide whether it's the Indian college or the college outside?
I think you would understand it more than I do actually, that it really is important to understand that you as students, when you get into an academic institution, you also forge a relationship with your alumni and your faculty. Now when you go abroad, you do the same, but that alumni is usually restricted to that country. So if the agenda of the people is to go abroad and work abroad, of course is much more conducive for a person to educate himself or herself in a foreign university and then possibly work there for a few years at least and garner the experience. But if the agenda is to stay in India, then I believe that Indian institutions are equally good, if not better. The only disadvantage here is, while the US alone will offer maybe hundreds of good universities, there are at least 300 good universities, really good universities as per the US News ranking and so forth, 300. And all of them are really good. They're, between the top 50 school and then 50 to 100, there's hardly any difference in my view. However, in Indian context, maybe there are a handful of institutions which are at the top, maybe 10, 8 or 10, and then there is a huge gap, and then there are others, and then there is a huge gap, and then there is everybody else. That's the only difficult part. In terms of quality of education, I think between good institutions here and outside, there's not much of a difference. As a matter of fact, there's more rigor here. But I think evaluation of choice. Second, I believe evaluation of resources. Oftentimes, you are able to score high enough on GMAT and GRE and are able to get a full-blown scholarship, which I believe is much better. You know, why not avail that? I didn't pay for my education. I think nobody should pay for their education. They should all go free. So, I think, therefore, you can evaluate it in following lines.
Your message for Thapar students?
I think this is my first visit to Thapar Thapar University, I'm sorry. Now university. Back in the day it used to be Thapar Institute of Technology. Yeah. So I think it's a fantastic institution, highly reputable in India and abroad for engineering. I just want to encourage students of this particular university to please start believing in holistic learning and not just a very concentrated learning. It is abysmal, to put it least, that because we become so placement focused that our learning becomes very contracted. Get out of the placement mode. Everybody will get placed from this institution. You're all in a good school. Learn and please enjoy the journey of these 4 or 5 years that you have in this institute rather than the outcome. And all of you are bound to succeed. You are already at a very high safety net. You cannot go below that because the institution provides that safety net. So consequently, explore for big. Reach out. And also creating intellectual wealth for the nation. Campus Flux is one initiative here at Thapar University, which I believe provides students an opportunity to bounce off ideas and get expert opinion from their seniors who may be able to help them out in various ways. So if I can encourage the students to use Campus Flux and participate and maybe further their entrepreneurial ideas, and possibly one of these ideas will become a very big idea. Thank you.